All right, now for our next topic, you have some discussions for me, I hear. Little man's here. Put him.
Our topic of discussion here to talk all about is his newest appearance in hit game Call of Duty Vanguard.
Wait, what?
So, I don't know the difference between Vanguard and Warzone. Are they the same game? Are they two different games? I don't know, and I don't care. But all I know is that recently there was a Godzilla vs. Kong crossover. First off, that movie came out a year ago, so this crossover is a little late. But the main thing is, I've seen a bunch of people talk about this online. This is not the first crossover into a hit video game we've had with Godzilla. He was recently also in hit battle royale Fall Guys. So people are kind of thinking like, all right, when are we gonna get an actual Godzilla game? I mean, Call of Duty, who cares? Fall Guys was cool for a couple months.
When it was free.
When it was free. Is it not free anymore?
No, it was a PS Plus game for the month. It's like $20.
That's why I got it for free. But yeah, so the last real Godzilla game we got was in 2014. It was just simply titled Godzilla on the PS3 and PS4.
Masterpiece. Oh God, I loved it. It was a masterpiece.
Don't believe him. It was kind of a terrible game.
But I like the fact that it was the worst thing I ever played. It was so fun hitting buttons and things may or may not happen.
It didn't do very well, obviously, but we haven't had a Godzilla game since, so what's going on here? Why are we only getting crossovers? And I think, Toho Studios is really pushing Godzilla to be more of an international pop culture icon. And we have the MonsterVerse. We have, they have an official English language YouTube channel now. That we have two different Netflix series for Godzilla, and tons of merchandise, clothing, all kinds of stuff, and a lot of people, myself included, are thinking like, there's a big gap here that could be filled with a decent game. Where fill this gap, please, for God's sake.
Now, see, so it is really weird how first of all they're doing Godzilla versus Kong a year later.
A year later.
It's like so it's like I've seen some of the images. There's like a Godzilla armor that you could get in Call of Duty.
Yeah, so I think in Vanguard, which is the actual game, and Warzone is like the battle royale. I think in Vanguard you can get both weapon skins and player skins, and they look. One of them looks really stupid. It basically looks like you're wearing a Mechagodzilla onesie.
Okay, but you said it was bad, and that sounds kind of amazing.
And then in Warzone, they have Godzilla and Kong as like hazards in the game, which is actually kind of cool.
Okay, that is kind of sick.
I saw some footage of it earlier today. It actually looked kind of neat.
Now, will it get us to play these video games?
Absolutely not. I will not. I mean, I think Warzone's free. But I'm not.
That's too much money already.
I'm not installing all 70 gigs of Call of Duty.
70? It's like 120.
Okay, God, I was being generous apparently.
No, you ain't being generous. Okay, and also I'm not paying $70 for Call of Duty.
Yeah, no.
I'm not paying $70 for video games.
I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Black Ops 2, and I'm keeping it that way.
I unfortunately played Black Ops 3, and that was a mistake.
I forgot Black Ops 3 existed.
That means you didn't play Black Ops 4.
No, I didn't play Black Ops 4.
But so there is a weird gap. Now I do appreciate that that they're finally licensing Godzilla out to other things. Mm-hmm. I think that should always be heavily pushed. Like, don't be a stingy man over your copyright, okay?
Yeah. Which they have been, infamously been in the past.
Of course. But a game, now we're gonna have to ask ourselves, right? What could we do for Godzilla games, right? Now, first of all, I'm thinking you make an HD trilogy of all the fighters.
People have been asking for that for years now.
Yes.
But the company, Pipeworks, I think does not exist anymore.
Okay.
So that kind of throws a wrench into things. There was one of the developers, one of the people who worked at Pipeworks, had a Kickstarter for a game which went through a number of different name changes. The one I recall specifically was Colossal Kaiju Combat.
Colossal Kaiju Combat?
Yes.
Okay.
So that had a Kickstarter and nothing ever came of it to this day. They had some licensed characters, not Godzilla, but they had Jeremy Robinson's Nemesis in the game. Well, the game that never existed, basically. So that was supposed to be kind of a spiritual follow-up, but obviously it wasn't licensed with Godzilla. I mean, now we have other games like Gigabash that are kind of carrying on the torch. That is a spiritual successor that actually is coming out very soon. That is carrying the torch from those like kaiju arena brawlers.
And also don't forget Override.
Override, of course.
That has Ultraman. Ultraman, yes, it has Ultraman in the game.
And Override 2, yeah.
Yeah,
which I've been meaning to get, but I haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah, Override and Override 2.
Yeah. But there's still no actual Godzilla video game. I mean, there are the mobile games, but who the heck plays mobile games? I do, because I featured it on the What You've Been Playing segment.
Yeah, but the servers are probably already shut down.
I'm pretty sure they're still up, but it's a buggy mess, so I stopped playing it.
Yeah, because mobile games are terrible when it comes to keeping games alive for more than
Actually, I think
2
the
years.
servers are pretty terrible. Last time I opened it, it like took me way too long to find a match. So, yeah, the servers are kind of crappy.
So we got to think, what could they do with Godzilla?
Well, so oddly enough, I think Call of Duty kind of is like, they're like right on the edge of something good. Because back when the first MonsterVerse film, just Godzilla, the 2014 film came out, there was like this free online Unity game where you were one of the people who Halo jumped down, you were one of the soldiers to like find survivors, and that's what you did. You went through this ruined city finding survivors and like with the threat of Godzilla looming. And it was a really cool like proof of concept thing, and I'm shocked that we haven't really gotten anything like that. Yeah. I think that would work incredibly well.
Oh, wait.
It was almost like a survival horror kind of thing.
Yeah. Or it's kind or make it a little bit like Dead by Daylight, where it's 4 dudes in mech suits fighting a variety of Godzilla monsters.
That would be very cool.
Kind of like that manga I was telling you about, Kaiju number 8.
Yes.
So like that, you know. And again with bots, because that's a very niche market for focusing solely on multiplayer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, that's an idea. That's an idea. There are some, but the thing is, right, is that as we mentioned this on last episode, there is an instinctual disconnect between Japanese markets and what Japanese players want versus what Western audiences want. There's a very hard disconnect. One, because they're scared and afraid of literally everything. And 2, they just actually don't know. There's no really open channel for people to communicate stuff they want, right? So now we have to think, okay, in Japanese mindset, what would people want? And I already thought of the greatest thing ever.
Okay.
Turn-based RPG. with little chibi Godzilla and his friends.
You know what, actually, now that I think about it, what could be fun, and actually I think there is a mobile game sort of like this, kind of like tower defense is not the right genre, but it's the only thing. It's the term I'm thinking of. It's not what I mean. But like you basically, you set up defenses to defend against a kaiju attack.
Oh, I think that is turret defense technically.
Okay, all right.
Because there was not Twist. Double Fine did something like that. I think it was called like Mech Rider, where you had like an old like 1940s mech, and you would like place turrets while also being there at the battlefield. Kind of like what was that other game? Transistor?
I don't think so. That was like an isometric thing.
No, then what am I
guys
thinking
in
of?
Hades.
Not Outland. But it was like there was like some indie game like that in the late 2000s. That was like that same aesthetic that did the same thing.
Right.
So I can see that,
Yeah, so I think that could. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure there is a mobile game with that exact concept. I don't know if it's any good. I've never played it, but I know it exists. So I feel like if you like kind of expanded on that idea, you could make something really good at it.
Yeah. So basically what we're saying is that they should just give the IP to literally anyone.
Yeah, give it to us.
Open.
Just like Duke Nukem, give it to us.
Give it to us. Give it to us.
We'll figure it out.
Give it to us. We'll give it to someone who will make the game, but we're the publishers, so we get all the money.
Exactly. There is also a game that was also released by Bandai Namco shortly after that Godzilla game called, I want to say, City on the Edge of Shadow, where you played as a survivor trying to escape the city from a kaiju attack. And they had licensed characters. They had Godzilla, they had Ultraman, they had Gamera, they had Evangelion.
Wait, they gave out Evangelion?
They gave out Evangelion. It never got released to the States. For whatever reason, they never got ported over to the States.
Because remember, Japan, hold on, switch to the wide shot, baby. Japan hates you if you're not in Japan.
Exactly.
If the moment you're in Japan, you're totally cool. If not, sorry, no one likes you.
Yeah, like I think that's a super cool idea for a game. Just playing as a survivor in a kaiju attack. I think that's really cool.
That, or we make a Super Smash Brothers of like a 3D Super Smash Brothers of just a bunch of kaiju or things as big as kaiju. Because I would pay big money to like if Ready Player One wasn't horrendously garbage, and you just had a video game of like the Evangelion mech, Godzilla, Gamera, and the Iron Giant all in one game trying to smash each other. Maybe, I don't know, throw a Pokemon in there. I don't know,
Have you seen the mod someone made for Smash Bros. Where they modded Shin Godzilla in as a playable character?
That sounds absolutely horrifying.
It was pretty funny.
I hope he was like waggling just like the, what was it?
Oh, he was.
Oh, yeah, the little waggle boy. All right. But yeah, no, Godzilla is like an untapped IP that really should be tapped.
I mean, so far, like most kaiju games in recent years have been solely indie titles.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten any like AAA kaiju games.
And it's really hard. I'm actually now thinking of big kaiju. Like, what video game actually has like a well-known character that's like a big kaiju? There's like I think the Behemoth from Final Fantasy and like various Final Fantasy.
I guess.
monsters?
I mean, if you want to count Monster Hunter, sort of.
Well, I mean, there is nothing in well, there's a few monsters, but like the big ones, like Rathalos, it's not that big.
Though the Monster Hunter movie was distributed by Toho, so you can say it's a kaiju movie.
I'm about to end this segment. But like,
Monster Hunter review coming from DCM very soon.
Oh no, Dave, I don't want to watch the Monster Hunter.
It's okay. It was a funny. We won't have to watch it.
Oh, wonderful.
The audience won't know. Excuse me.
I don't want to watch the Monster Hunter movie.
But yeah, I will read off the single note I wrote on my phone.
About the Monster Hunter movie?
No. About just to sum this up. Give me Godzilla game.